I'm Tad Flaky,
I'm Lilibet Flaky.
and this is Pointless Global News. On today's show, a Jersey City man finds a clever way to avoid paying tolls.
Next, a firefighter gets even with her ex-boyfriend.
Then another Florida man story to entertain us all, and a story about a new side hustle that involves nail clippings. Those stories later, but first, a Jersey City man who allegedly racked up more than $18,000 in unpaid tolls was arrested at the Holland Tunnel after police said he tried to obscure his license plates with a pair of socks, if you can believe it. The 51-year-old man was pulled over on Friday after Port Authority police officers said they noticed black socks stretched over the license plate on his white Mercedes-Benz. He did not have an easy pass transponder and allegedly used the socks to dodge toll cameras, according to the Port Authority. The officers said they determined he owes the Port Authority $18,358.31 in unpaid tolls and fees linked to 272 violations. Police arrested him at the tunnel and impounded his vehicle. He was charged with theft of services, tampering with a government document, driving on a suspended license, and improper display of plates. The Port Authority said this incident is one of many to illustrate the Port Authority PD's ongoing effort to hold drivers accountable and protect the revenue that supports our vital regional infrastructure. The agency said it routinely conducts toll enforcement at all 6 Hudson River crossings to ensure fairness for all who travel through them.
Okay, so I do have a question. First of all, how many times had he, it said 272. Why did they let him rack up so many infractions and wait until his amount owed was $18,000?
Well, I'm guessing the socks were very good at blocking the license plate. And it was maybe they found him, he was speeding maybe. They didn't mention that in the story, but I'm guessing they may have pulled him over and said, oh, look, you got socks over here. No wonder you owe so much money.
But how did they then credit him for owing all of that if the socks were obscuring his plates?
Probably through some other video tracking where, they can look at the video and see if it matches his car, and then they just put 2 and 2 together.
It just doesn't add up for me,
It doesn't
Tad.
add up. It kind of takes me back to back in the good old days when you used to just dump coins into a basket.
Oh, yeah.
Remember those?
Yes.
I actually tried. I got away with it once. I didn't try it again. There was an urban legend that you could drop Necco wafers, those candies, into those baskets, and it would work because they're about the same size as quarters. And it worked.
Wow. Okay.
I saved all, 75 cents, I think,
Yeah.
from doing that.
Well, that's not going to work anymore because they don't have any more of those coin collectors. A firefighter was accused of stalking after she allegedly dumped 75 possibly used tampons onto her ex-boyfriend's lawn when she learned that he was dating a new woman. The Volusia County Sheriff's Office was contacted by a woman on September 30th after she and her boyfriend woke up to find a pile of tampons on their front lawn that were stained red as if they were possibly used. Police reviewed security camera recordings that showed a pickup truck driving past the house at about 10 p.m. on September 29th. A woman allegedly sat in the truck bed until traffic cleared, at which point she jumped out and threw 75 tampons onto the front yard. When the couple was asked who they believe was behind the crime, they reportedly both pointed the finger at Gabrielle Franzi, a firefighter with Orange County Fire Rescue, and the ex-girlfriend of the man living in the home. They said it was likely her demonstrating she was unhappy that her ex-boyfriend was dating a new person. They claim she previously made multiple social media posts talking badly about them and the fact that they were now together. When police confronted Franzi at her home, she initially said that she did not know where her ex lived, but eventually admitted to committing the act. She said it was not her idea, instead placing the blame on her mother and aunt who came from out of town and made the plan for her. She also said that while the pair were in town, all three of them purchased tampons and painted them red to make them look like they had been used. Then the trio drove to the ex-boyfriend's house and dumped the tampons. Police arrested Franzi and charged her with 2 counts of misdemeanor stalking, saying the incident was done with the sole purpose to harass her ex and serves no legitimate purpose. I can think of a more creative way to harass them. I think a nice sign, you don't damage any property,
Yeah.
call him a a-hole, call him different names, but that's not the best way, I think, to get someone's attention.
And even though it was just painted, it's nasty.
We'll have to have a discussion about that, Ted.
Well, I mean, just the act. Not
We'll
nec- not
have
necessarily-
to have a
yeah.
talk about that, Ted.
Okay.
Okay.
A 45-year-old man in Florida was arrested last week after a police officer allegedly witnessed him pulling down his pants and defecating atop a dead possum that was on the side of the road during the middle of rush hour and in full view of the motoring public. Robert A. Wilcox was taken into custody and charged with 1 count of exposure of sexual organs in a public place. The incident took place on Wednesday afternoon around 5:20. On that day, Wilcox was near Belcher Road and Willow Tree Trail, which is about 20 miles west of Tampa, when he was observed by numerous people defecating on a deceased possum. In doing so, police emphasized in the arrest report that Wilcox had his pants lowered and his anal region was fully exposed to onlookers and in the middle of rush hour traffic. Additionally, the action was allegedly witnessed by an officer with the Clearwater Police Department who was already in the area. After Wilcox was taken into custody, police say he vehemently denied that he had done anything wrong. When confronted with the fact that a police officer claimed to have seen Wilcox crapping on the possum, the suspect allegedly shot back that the supposed witnessing officer doesn't see straight. Wilcox, who is listed in court documents as being a homeless resident of Clearwater, Florida, was booked into the Pinellas County Jail. He was released later after posting a bond of $150.
So what's the worst offense, that he was crapping with his anal region exposed in public, or that he did it on a dead possum? What do you think?
I think it was the exposure count.
Probably the exposure. The possum was just
Well,
collateral damage,
Well,
huh?
yeah, it was already dead anyway. So.
Okay. Finally, looking for a get-rich-quick scheme? Start saving those fingernail clippings. In traditional Chinese medicine, clippings are incorporated into medicinal products to treat abdominal distension and tonsillitis. Companies that make the treatments purchase the clippings and wash them thoroughly before grinding them into powder, and the prices paid for them are relatively high compared to, say, the value of throwing them in the trash. One woman sold her clippings for $21 per kilo. That's about 2.2 pounds. She'd been saving them since childhood. Well, why don't you throw some toenails in there too? Then you could double your money, right?
I could easily see that as a new side hustle for either one of us.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Okay, that's a wrap for another Pointless Global News. Be sure to follow us wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Tad Flaky.
I'm Lilibet Flaky.
Stay pointless, my friend.